My name is Nyadru Stephen, the Warden for Tourism, Queen Elizabeth National Park. Pleasure to have you here. Queen Elizabeth National Park is one of the premium parks in this country. It's the second largest park after Maction, but in terms of products and attractions, Queen leads among all the 10 national parks in Uganda. Queen Elizabeth National Park, because of the many beauties, many attractions, and a lot of product, it has been branded as Medal of Wonders, because when you come here, you wonder. The activities in Queen range from, because Queen has a lot of vegetation, the forested, the water bodies, the savanna, the woodland. So this has enabled us to create a lot of activities in Queen Elizabeth National Park. One of the key activities that you must do in Queen is what exactly we are doing on the channel. The channel that connects the Lake George to Lake Edward. And another activity that you must do when you come to Queen is the chimpanzee tracking. We have the underground forest, and above is savanna. When you go deep in the gorge, you get thick forest. And in this thick forest, we have communities of chimpanzees that we are habituated, and we turn this to activity which is called chimpanzee tracking. These activities you don't need to miss. And also driving through the craters, explosive craters. Queen Elizabeth National Park alone, we have about 72 explosive craters. Some of them are filled with water, some of them are not filled with water, some are dry craters. We call them dry craters. These are all beautiful areas. Queen Elizabeth National Park is the most leading park with the bird activities. We have about 6,012 bird species, and out of these about 114 are migrants. We have both the intra-African migrants and Palearctic migrants. Palearctic migrants are birds that fly from Europe to come here. Right now they have gone back to Europe for breeding, but the intra-African species, most of them have also gone back, like the flamingos and the African skimmers. The African skimmers come here, but they breed in Botswana. But the flamingos they stay in Lake Nakuru in Kenya. So we have birding activities here. In Uganda, we stand at 1,058 species of birds. But Queen alone stands with 612. In Africa, we have between 2,250 to 2,500 birds. But out of that, Uganda stands with 1,058 bird species. In the whole world, we have about 9,000 species of birds. Uganda stands with 1,058. No wonder Churchill called Uganda the Pearl of Africa. Pleasure to have you with my colleagues here for this morning excursion within the park. We are at Kassenyi Gate, and the Kassenyi Gate is where we do our game drive, and this area is called Kassenyi Plain. It's an exposed area, open area where the antelopes prefer to graze. Predators follow the antelope because those are prey. So that is why we have established our game drives here. This is the team that will be with us.
My name is Masereka Sylvester. I'm Assistant Warden Community Conservation working with the Queen Elizabeth National Park.
My name is Sergeant Daniel Tiromwe, and I'm a ranger guide based at Kassenyi Gate in Queen Elizabeth National Park.
My name is Acheng Judith Juliet, a ranger guide.
Okay. Ayondo Wilson is my name, a driver, Queen Elizabeth National Park.
Okay. Baluk Slight is my name, Queen Elizabeth as a driver. Emorot Isaac is my name. I'm the ranger guide based at Kassenyi Gate.
Private Olinga Paul is my name, a drone operator at Kassenyi Tourism Zone.
Lovely.
Katoa Sasi is my name, a law enforcement ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, Lukonongole Francis. I'm in charge of city tourism.
Colleagues and our journalists from UBC, this is a team of Miss Tourism and Ankole. The Miss Tourism comes from our park, and that's why Queen is also very beautiful. So you're most welcome. We are going for a game drive, like I've briefed this team. We are very grateful you are here. We welcome you to Queen and enjoy this nature. Queen is one of the key premium parks that you cannot compare with any other park in Uganda. Dan will be our chief guide. It's helped by the two, Isaac and Juliet.
My name is Ayeba Restituta, and I'm the current Miss Tourism for Ankole region, and I come from Rivilizi district, so everyone here, you're most welcome. Yeah, today our main activity is Let the Pearl Shine campaign. It's we are promoting environmental conservation through planting trees, through picking rubbish and sensitizing our communities about the same. So we invite everyone to come and be part of us. And in conjunction with Wanderlust Nature Expedition team, thank you so much for being a very instrumental part of this, as well as Miss Tourism Ankole and Miss Tourism Uganda. Thank you so much, and let's have a good day ahead.
You're most welcome to Queen Elizabeth National Park, and my name is Daniel Tiromwe. By rank, I am a sergeant, but a ranger based at Kassenyi Gate in Queen Elizabeth National Park. So at the moment, we are heading off for an activity called a game drive, which is one of the most beautiful activities where every visitor who travels all over the world comes to look at the beauty of the savannah and the species within the savannah. So right now we are heading off to go and look for the lions, because lion tracking is one of the activities that is what we can call the epic of why everybody is coming to Queen. And the lions we're going to track are the lions you can find with collars, because a collar is given to a lion to know its location, because we have a department called Research and Monitoring, where we are able to monitor how these lions move, how they feed, and how they breed. So behind us is a fleet of cars who are following us in the lead car, such that we go with a lion tracker who will tell us and show us where these lions are. And I'll say Queen Elizabeth National Park is the only national park where lions, where elephants, where buffaloes, where birds can be sighted. So it is up to everyone to know this and make sure that you prepare to come and visit Queen Elizabeth National Park. So before us is a lioness whose name is known to be River. River is a lioness that has got 4 cubs. If you can observe just ahead of the rest of the cubs, that one looks older than the 3 behind it. And if I can share with you the insights of this pride, it's quite amazing. So she is a mother whose parenting is exceptional. You know, in lions, they can socially bond. One mother can be with another mother with cubs. But it so happened that at a time when River, who had a friend called Flo, they slightly gave birth closer to each other. But Flo, in the first place, was not a caring female. So she had to abandon one of her own cubs, but because lions are social in a sense that when one is breastfeeding, it can allow the rest of the cubs to breastfeed on her. That's how she came to be with the 4th cub. So by size, they differ. but because they are all cubs, that is why she was able to take care of her. So in Queen Elizabeth National Park, our beauty is that our conservation efforts have gone an extra mile, that lionesses have given birth to cubs. So it shouldn't be a reputation out that whenever you find lions, you only see mature ones. But instead, this is an evidence that this is not the only lioness that has got cubs, but instead even others are there with cubs, and the monitoring and research department is doing its work to make sure that they are monitored well and the densities or the population of the cats increase in number. So before us, enjoy, and we urge everyone that he or she, whenever he is coming from, should come knowing that in Queen Elizabeth National Park, we've not run short of lions, but we want to enhance our conservation efforts with the support from the government, that if the driver factors that have led to the reduction of number of cats can be addressed, then will be good to see the population density of the cats becoming to the number we need. You don't shout. Get a muscle. Get in front. Go. Sagara motie. Yangu. Zikiza. So before us is a leopard. And leopards are some of the creatures that are quite scarce and solitary. So whenever you come to Queen Elizabeth National Park and you find a leopard, know that it is by luck. And the name of this leopard is called Grace. And Grace has got a daughter called Kiana. But if you can critically observe, Grace has got a collar. I talked about collaring, that in Queen Elizabeth National Park, the cats that we have are monitored. So collaring is a monitoring mechanism that we are supposed to know how many cats in the species family, either in terms of numbers or in terms of how they move or in terms of how they breed, that we are able to come up with the real estimates. So in Queen Elizabeth National Park, we are indeed a medley of wonders. We are a national park of the cat family, of which cats that we have ranges from lions, we also have leopards, we also have genet cats, we also have savo cats, and we also have civet cats, among other species. But when you are on a game drive, chances are always high that you will not miss to see the lions and you'll not miss to see the leopards. But chances of looking at the lions are high because lions are social. It is always by luck that you'll be able to see a leopard, because sometimes we refer the leopard or the leopards to be the prince of the night. So exceptionally look at lions, but leopards are very solitary in their nature. So they are quite solitary in a sense that it is quite hard to find 2 or 3 leopards together, to an extent that when it gives birth and after weaning its young cubs, then the cubs start to fight their own mothers because of territory. So in experiential tourism, that is where you find lions, that's where you find leopards, of which some have got collars and some don't have collars. So it is a beautiful activity that right now everyone is excited because the leopard is before us because of that technology of using collars to monitor these cats is what is helping us to make sure that our animals are very safe. How I wish everyone should not miss this experiential tourism activity where a leopard can be as close as how you can look at it right now. It's all about knowing the animal behavior because the rangers are already seated in each and every tourist cars to make sure that they are able to give the best experience when you are close to the animals they mostly fear. Fear is until when you don't come to explore, but a reality when you are right now looking at this wonderful experience. How I wish that every client, wherever you can watch this, whichever category you are, and I am excited to tell every Ugandan that this is quite cheaper for you if you come to have such an experience, because we charge 100,000 to every Ugandan who comes to see this, such a moment. And for foreign non-residents, we charge $100 per person, but I believe in our new management plan tariff, it has been hiked, so probably before July, everyone should have planned to come and look at such moments. So before us is a male lion. And males in lions are territorial. But this is one of the individuals of the Kaini pride. And the Kaini pride is one of the biggest prides that we have in the Kasenyi Plains, which is composed of many males and few females. In other words, it is a pride where males dominate, 5 in number with 1 female. So if you can critically observe to the right, to the left of that male, there is a kill, and that is a buffalo that was killed by this pride some few days ago. So the fact that lions are social, they hunt together and kill together. And they are protective of what they normally kill. Because in cats, they use a lot of energy to put down the big prey. And one of the biggest prey lions survive on in this pack are the buffaloes, who wants to fight hard or work hard to get what to eat, and he cannot spare it when it comes to protecting that kind of food. So that's why this male is jealously guarding that carcass, because it cannot feed once. It eats, rests, and comes back later and eats again. I can't locate other individuals where they are, simply because lions feed on meat, and meat is not easily digested. So sometimes after feeding, it has to look for a shade, because if it wouldn't be mild and cool like this, you would only be looking at the carcass without the lions. For example, right now, if a vulture comes who is a scavenger, this lion cannot give it any chance to grab anything on that kill. So this is something I will urge every person to plan and come to Queen to look at what we are right now looking. Who are the lions guarding their kill? If you can look at this male lion lying down and panting, it is a behavior. But meat is not easily digested. And the fact that they only feed on meat, they are lazy. In a sense that in 24 hours, lions can sleep for 22 hours. Meaning the 2 hours when lions are active is when it can wake up, like what it has done. It is waking up to figure out who is close to the prey, who is now a buffalo they just killed few days ago. At the same time, if it is to wake up, it is to change a direction from where it is too hot slightly to where there is a shade where they can get cooled by that shade. And at times they will, in the 2 hours of not sleeping, it's when they will figure out a tree they can climb to get cooled. And at times they have a behavior of sleeping on their back, because that is one way how they fully digest the much meat that is causing them to overpant. All those lessons can be got when you have come to visit us in Queen Elizabeth National Park. So elephants in Queen Elizabeth National Park are among the big 4 animals that we have. And what makes the ecosystem what it is because of the beauty of the big 5. Who are the African elephants, the lions, the leopards, and the buffaloes. So if you can look at one of them, it is browsing on the tree. They are meant to suppress the vegetation and put it down. And in doing that, they are exposing the rays of the sun to thoroughly reach the ground for the grass to regenerate. So the presence of the elephants in the ecosystem is the reason why we have got the grazers. And who are the grazers? These are the buffaloes, these are the antelopes, these are the warthogs, and whoever feeds on the grass. Meaning, without elephants, this wouldn't be a savanna. It would either be a woodland or a tropical rainforest national park. So elephants are creatures that live between 70 to 99 years. And they have a gestation period of 22 months. So if you can look at this elephant, there is something that, people don't know about elephants to differentiate them between the males and the females. So the only difference that you can tell this is a male or a female are 2 features. One, if you can look at this very male close us, look on the top of the head. It is bald, it is round. So that tells you it is a male. But in case it would be a female, on top of the head, it would be angular with angles, almost like a box shape. So that's one difference. And the other difference is that if it would turn around and you look at the bums, males have got a pouch, folds that looks like a pouch. And that is where the organ is always kept. But which is the difference now with females? With female elephants, they don't have a pouch. Instead, behind, they have slim bums and that's why you tell they are female. So elephants are creatures again that have got a perfect memory, to an extent that it can keep a memory for more than 10 to 30 years in average. What happens is that it will keep it and always memorize. A case scenario of why it keeps the memory is that we neighbor with Congo here, Queen Elizabeth National Park, neighbors with the Virunga landscape. And whenever there are instabilities in Congo, elephants feel insecure and they cross and swim in the shallow waters of Lake Edward and come to Uganda. But because they will always remember where their home is, 2 or 3 years elapses, but again they think of going home and they will use the similar trails to go back to their countries. Otherwise, Queen Elizabeth National Park is the only national park that has got the biggest population of elephants in Uganda than the rest, because of the conservation efforts of law enforcement department with other agencies, and the fact that Uganda is a signatory of the Convention of CITES. That's why we no longer see elephants with such big tusks getting poached. Come to Queen Elizabeth National Park and see the beauty of the African elephants.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up today?